Notes on the experiment. First, pay attention to how the electrical tape is attached. This is the correct way of taping. Notice that the electrical tape is placed horizontally. This is the wrong way of taping. The electrical tape is placed vertically. By comparing these two ways of taping, we find that it is harder to bend the combs when the electrical tape is placed incorrectly. The combs come off easily as well. On the other hand, when properly taped, the combs bend smoothly, similar to how our muscles work. So when doing the experiment, please follow how the green plastic combs are taped. Next, attach one rubber band on each side of the comb. It may be difficult to attach the rubber band because the teeth are close to each other. Please be careful not to snap the rubber band. Hang one end of the rubber band on one tooth of the comb that is close to the joint and another end on the other comb's tooth farther from the joint. Students' common mistake is to hang both ends of the rubber band equidistant from the joint. For instance, they will hang it here and here. They will hang it like this. In this case, arm stretching and bending cannot be simulated. So please remind your students that one end of the rubber band should be close and the other far from the joint. Furthermore, one rubber band should be attached in front and the other at the back. Often, students would miss this and will hang both rubber bands on the same side of the comb, like this. They observe the same behavior no matter which way they pull the rubber bands. So remind students to attach one rubber band in front and the other at the back. Once students get the device, they sometimes play with it. However, since the goal of the experiment is to simulate muscle movement, the comb should not be moved as much as possible. This is because the combs represent bones, not muscles. The muscles are what we want to simulate, so please do not move the combs, then observe what happens to the rubber band. Do not say that this rubber band tightened, so it is stretched. Instead of moving the combs, pull the rubber bands to simulate muscle movement. Then observe what happens to the rubber band. When we pull the inner rubber band, it shortens. This represents contraction of the inner muscle. Then observe the outer muscle. Notice that it is stretched. This time, tinker with the outer rubber band. Pull it backward. Do not pull this bone. Pull this rubber band instead. By doing so, the outer rubber band shortens, while the inner rubber band, which represents the inner muscle, stretches. This means that the arm is stretched.